Hello and welcome to a very interesting Edgewonk Trading Journal review. And by the way, if you want us to review your journal, make sure to check the link in the description below for all information. So this is a very interesting journal. I went through it and there are a few things that really stand out. So let's start here in the home tab. It's always a good starting point. We can see the traders overall in a loss. Not a big loss, and you can see after he had a little bit of more erratic behavior here, more volatility, the account balance seems to be moving very slowly downwards or sideways. So it seems that he does not have a lot of problems with the risk management. There's no gambling activity or instability. And let's find out and see if we can find the reason for where the trader could improve his trading, where his problems are, and how to turn that around. When we look here at the overall evaluation, we can see he has a win rate of 33%, which is, it's not ideal. It's not too low though, especially when we look at his average reward to risk ratio plan would be a 7.08. So if he could realize a reward to risk ratio of 7, then even a win rate of 33% is not a problem, and it could be traded profitably easily. But so there must be a problem somewhere else if the account is going down. So for that, and to find out where's the problem here with the reward to risk ratio, let's start in the journal tab. And I want to see here on the right hand side, did he use the functionality for the original take profit hit? So in Edgewonk you can track for each trade, did the price hit your original take profit order, or did it fail to reach the take profit order? So you can see here, he filled it out quite a few times, very interestingly here, so not very consistently. And so that's one thing that I would recommend for the trader to focus on more. You can see there are quite a few trades where the original take profit has been filled out for the trade, but not always. So let's go to the trade management graph, because I suspected that the problem must be somewhere in the trade management. In the overall outlook, you can see that his current performance is over the green one, which is the performance without trade management. It just means that if the trader wouldn't have touched his trade after getting into the trade, what would the performance be like? And you can see here there's a positive tendency in the green line, which means that it seems like the trader is mismanaging his trades a little bit. And you can see here when we look at the yellow line, it shows us that he is losing money by actively controlling or managing his trades. So there is a exit comment that the trader is using. It is called closed a winner. And this one really stands out. You can see here the picture completely changes. He has taken 20 trades for where he used this tag, and you can see if he would not have closed the trade early ahead of his take profit, because it says close the winner, then his performance would have been around 65 R multiples, and you can see he only realizes an R multiple of around 40. So there are 20 R multiples difference in those trades. He just should have let his winning trades run, where he uses such a marker and such an entry comment. And when we go back to our home tab, we can see his overall R multiple count, the sum of all R multiples over his 260 or 70 trades is minus 18. And just by letting those trades run, his winning trades, not cutting the winning trades ahead of the take profit, he would already have been in a positive R multiple count and completely probably changed and turned his trading around. So this is a very, very big one for the trader. He should really look into this one. Why is he closing his winning trades? Is he having emotional problems where he always wants to realize his profits too early? He's scared of giving back profits. And that is also one thing that I really would recommend the trader to track in his Edgewonk trading journal. In his exit comments or the trade management comments, you can see, especially in the new ones, he seems to be using them quite regularly, which is good, but he's not going into the detail. He just says it's good management, it's bad management, it's okay management, but it's not going into the detail. Why is he closing his trades why is he managing his trades the way he is managing them, and there he should really diversify or go more into the specifics for his exit comments and also for his trade management comments, because it seems like when we look at the trade management, a lot of problems come from just mismanaging his trades. Also, what I noticed here in his equity graph, when we look at the tilt meter, you can see his tilt meter seems to be rising sharply and consistently, which is good. But it seems that he should focus a little bit more on his problems and his struggles. If you remember, during the trader development program, I recommended that you set up your exit, entry, and trade management comments in a way that they focus very specifically and targetedly on the current struggles that you face. So what are the problems and the mistakes that you keep repeating, and go very, very specific, go very in detail, and then set them up so that you can actually get a lot of insight out of using those. And then I'm pretty sure that the tilt meter will change a lot, and the tilt meter will also be more of a help, because you can see his performance is overall rising, but when we look at his exit comment for just close the winning trade, it seems to be that this is not always the optimal scenario, and he can probably get more out of his Edgewonk trading journal if he spends a little bit more time on finding very specific and personal problems or mistakes that affect him, and looks at the cause why he's managing the trades that he is. Finally, we can take a look at the trade analytics. Here I always like to look for outliers, because if we find an outlier, usually that's the way where we can see the biggest improvement and a change in our trading. So when we look at the trade setup, here as our ordering criteria, you can see now we have all the trade setups for the trader. And when we look at the sum of the gain here, you can see that here there are two setups, order block and idiot trade, which really stand out. They have quite a lot of, or they make up a lot of the losses in total. So especially the idiot trade, I'm assuming that's where he broke the rules or did something not according to his plan. Obviously, such trades, they are not always easy to avoid, because nobody's perfect, and there will always be a trade or two where you don't control everything and where you don't stick to the plan. But you can see here, out of his total loss minus 129, 58 is just for those idiot trades. So it's roughly 45 to 50, or just below 50% of his total losses come from those idiot trades where he should really focus on. And on the other hand, his setup order block really does not seem to be working out a lot for this trader. So that's one thing that he should really look into, his order block setup. What is going on here? Why is this not performing for him? He could choose to, for example, add a trade management layering, and then just look at the order block alone, and you can see all his order block trades are now here based on the trade management. You can see, do we have an outlier? Yeah, we do have poor management, seems to be a big one, and he also did not touch the trade. Something is going on here as well. So those are the outliers for him. When he manages his trades well, then his expectancy, or the sum of his profits, is quite all right. So there seems to be something in the way he manages the trades that is the underlying theme and the underlying problem for the trader. If he is managing his trades well, good management, then he could realize a much better performance overall. When we look at the custom statistics here, for example, as the last thing here in this journal, you can see that he is using emotions. He has a lot of fear of losing, which seems to be what we could have expected based on his trade management. And there are a few of those instances where he seems to be having fear of loss problems. Other than that, the trading journal does not look too bad. His trade management seems to be the biggest issue, and I would also recommend, as I said, go more into the specifics of the trade management errors. Why is he making such errors? What is the underlying theme? And then probably he can see a big jump in his trading if he looks at alternative ways of managing his trades. So I hope you found this interesting. It's a different journal this time, where the problem seems to be quite obvious at first glance. And if you have any questions, make sure to reach out. You can also check out the other reviews that we have done so far on different journals from different traders. And if you want us to review your journal, make sure also to check the link in the description. Happy journaling!